are some people who come here, they shout Bharat Mata ki Jai, assuming that Bharat Mata is opposed to Kashmir and thereby creating the divide, thereby creating the polarization themselves, standing outside of this protest and shouting Bharat Mata ki Jai, trying to disrupt it and not come inside and condemn AISA and condemn the killings and condemn the continued oppression and rape and torture and disappearances and then say Bharat Mata ki Jai. If you have that kind of genuine interest, if you have that kind of genuine intention to make people praise Bharat Mata, then please come here, stand with us, condemn the killings, condemn the rapes, condemn the bloodshed, condemn the torture, condemn the heavy military presence, and then say Bharat Mata ki Jai. Why is it that Bharat Mata has to be opposed to the question of killings, to the question of people's right to life? Who is creating this division? Are we creating this division, or are you creating this division? The democratization of Kashmir, the removal of draconian laws, the end to oppression of Kashmiris is important for the democratization of India itself. This is not the headache of Kashmiris alone. It is the headache of every Indian to see that no oppression is happening in their name. As Comrade Kavita rightly mentioned, that this is our responsibility to say, not in our name. This is the responsibility of every Indian who believes in the idea of India, who believes in democracy, to speak up for Kashmir, to support the genuine demands of the people of Kashmir. It is for the democratization of India itself, because the oppression that we witness in Kashmir today will become a part of oppression of Indians themselves if this oppression is not put an end to. If we don't end the normalization of violence, if we don't end the normalization of state repression, if we don't put an end to the normalization of rape, to the normalization of plunder, to the normalization of brutalization and torture, it will become a normal fact very soon in the rest of India. And that is what people like us actually realize when we come here. When we engage here with other democratic sections, with feminists, with other people, with Dalits, with leftists who are raising issues of oppression within India. The way we grow up, we tend to believe that there is one Kashmir which is being oppressed by the entire India together. And we feel that the entire India is united in this oppression against Kashmiris. But it's not. But it's not. There are voices which we never hear. There are other Kashmirs which are created in the Indian mainland itself. Everywhere, the state is at war with its own people. It's not only at war in Kashmir. The state is at war with people in Jharkhand. The state is at war with people in Chhattisgarh. The state is at war with people in Kudankulam. The state is at war with the Dalits and the tribals and the women and the weak and oppressed and poor. This nation is only for the rich, by the rich, of the rich. It's led by the upper caste, where there is no place for people like Rohit Vemula, where there is no place for people like Irom Sharmila, where there is no place for women like Soni Sori. I said this and I'm repeating this. When you say Bharat Mata ki Jai, who is the Bharat Mata? Define it for the people of this country. Is it Irom Sharmila? Is it Soni Sori? Is it people like Delta Meghwal? Is it people like Radhika Vemula, Rohit Vemula's mother? But no, these women do not fall in their definition. definition of Bharat Mata. And this Bharat Mata is only women like Maya Kodnani who are engaged in the killing of Muslims. These are people like Smriti Irani who is responsible for the killing of Rohit Vemula. This is their Bharat Mata. At one level, it's quite distressing to know that the Indian state has created Kashmirs in every part of the country. But at another level, it's quite reassuring that we can build solidarities, that we can stand with people and get people to stand with us. I thank here all the people who are not from Kashmir and who have come here to join this protest. These are the people who are pro-justice. These are the people who are pro-people. These are actually the people who are pro-national and not the people who are shouting Bharat Mata ki Jai there. They tell us that army, the presence of military, they tell us that AFSPA is necessary for the protection of people. It's necessary to fight terrorists. That is what they tell us. That is the narrative they give us. But most of the times, it's the state at war with the people. It's the innocent civilians who are getting killed in the name of AFSPA. They say that people throw stones. But we want to ask you, why do people throw stones? You must have heard about the Machal fake encounter, which happened in 2010. As a result of which, events kept happening and there was a 7-month, 5-month long siege in the entire Kashmir. Who started the violence? Is it the people who are throwing stones? Or is it the people who are engaging in fake encounters? What is the politics of fake encounters? In Patribal, 5 people, 5 innocent civilians were picked up and they were killed, and it was said that these are Lashkar-e-Taiba militants who killed the 35-6 gunned down in Chitty Singhpora. The CBI itself says that Patribal was a cold-blooded, premeditated murder. It was not an encounter, it was not done in the line of duty, but the Supreme Court does not award punishment to the people who were involved in the Patribal fake encounter. 5 people murdered and labelled as Lashkar-e-Taiba militants and accused of killing the Chittipura Singh Sikhs, but no action against the army. Who initiates the violence? Please tell us. Today, the girl in the Handwara incident, she is being terrorized. This is a strange state of exception, as we call it. In the rest of the world, whenever a girl gets molested, whenever a girl gets raped, it is the perpetrator who is punished. It is the perpetrator who is jailed. But in Kashmir, it is the girl who is complaining of molestation. She is the one to be put in custody along with her father. She is a minor. She cannot be filmed. She cannot be put in custody. She cannot be held without any charges. But she is, as a matter of fact, and they expect us to say Bharat Mata ki Jai. They expect us to say Indian democracy long live. They expect us to say Indian law long live. They expect us to say that we are law-abiding citizens. Who is breaking the law? Please tell us. Every law, forget law, every basic ethic, every basic code of decency is violated. And this girl, who we don't even know if it's the same girl who is the complainant in the Handwara incident, but a camera, a mobile camera perhaps, is shoved in her face and she is asked to give a testimony where she is supposed to absolve the army of all charges. And imagine, it's the kind of police that puts her video online. It's the kind of police that engages in her character assassination. It's the kind of police that engages in putting her video on YouTube. She is supposed to testify before such a police. What is she expected to say? उनके मुंह में कैमरा घुसा के बोला जाता है कि बोलिए. That girl is clearly traumatized. We don't know if that video is true. But even if it's true, nowhere does the girl say, and I challenge anyone, this RSS brigade, they are acting as if they know Kashmiri language, as if they know the girl, as if they were present at the site of the incident. They are not ready to believe the people who were present there, and they ask us to believe them instead. You don't even know the damn language. How do you expect us to believe your version? The girl nowhere in the video says that the army did not molest her. The girl nowhere in the video says that the locals molested her. But we are saying that whether it's the locals, whether it's the army, whoever molested her, why not have a single standard of punishing? On the contrary, we are not the ones differentiating between locals and non-locals, between civilians and army. But you are differentiating. If it is found that the locals molested her, then we don't know what will happen. But we know for sure that if it's found that the military persons molested her, then definitely there's going to be complete impunity for them. We know that for sure. In 2009, when two women, Asya and Nilofer, were raped and murdered in Kashmir, there were 5-month-long protests, and the entire Kashmir was shut down. We were made to believe that they died in ankle-high water. We were made to believe that no rape happened. But we know how the forensic reports were rigged with, they were tampered with. The woman in the Shehla Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences Hospital who was handling the investigation, who gave a report, who gave a forensic report, she had a CBI inquiry against her. And the girls, Asya and Nilofer, they were exhumed twice from their graves. 2 बार उनको उनकी कब्र से बाहर निकाला गया, उनके साथ में मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन किया गया. पहला मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन ये कहता है कि उनके साथ में रेप हुआ, लेकिन वो औरत जो रिपोर्ट देने के इंचार्ज में थी, उन पर सीबीआई इंक्वायरी होती है. The hospital administration stands by her, but she is terrorized to the extent that she has to withdraw the version. So the second report that comes gives a clean sheet to the army, says that no rape happened, just like we are made to believe that no rape happened in the Delta Begwal incident. Just like we are made to believe that no rape happened with Manorama Devi. Just like we are made to believe that the Bhagana Dalit women were not raped. Friends, over the past few years, we have seen several anti-rape protests. But the response of the state, the response of the media, the response of the general public differs hugely. There are some people whose testimonies are not to be believed. Who are these people? These are Dalit women. These are tribal women. These are Kashmiri women. Their testimonies are not to be believed. We saw in the Muzaffarnagar riots how the entire history, how the entire narrative of rape was wiped out. You can see several similarities between the Delta Begwal incident and this current incident. In the Delta Begwal incident, a 17-year-old Dalit student, an outstanding girl, she was sent to the room of a teacher to clean his room. Why? Because she is a Dalit, and Dalits are supposed to clean the rooms of the upper caste people. Even if they may be fees-paying students, they may not be sweepers. But even students, the so-called fees-paying students, are being classified into Dalit and non-Dalit. And the Dalit students are supposed to clean the rooms of the teachers who are upper caste. She was sent to his room, she was raped, and after that, a forced confession, a forced consent letter was obtained from her, where she was made to sign that no rape occurred and everything that happened was consensual. We see the exact same pattern in the Handwara case, where no sooner has the molestation, the alleged molestation as they call it, happened, that she is made to give a video testimony. Don't you see a pattern? We definitely see a pattern. There is a pattern in which the rape survivors, the molestation survivors their character is assassinated. We saw this in the Delta Megwal incident, where she was branded as someone having a loose character, and in this case also, this girl, several character assassination campaigns are being run against her. In that incident also, no one was punished, and in this incident also, it's the girl who is punished. It is several degrees more serious. This is what is happening, and this is what needs to be said. We cannot mince words. We cannot say it in a very pleasant way. There is no pleasant way of saying this. This may sound unpleasant. हमारे जो पुलिस के साथी यहाँ पर खड़े हैं, हमारे साथ कई प्रोटेस्ट डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन में आते हैं. पता नहीं इन लोगों पर कोई असर होता है कि नहीं. ये लोग वीडियो में तो सब कुछ कैप्चर करते हैं, लेकिन पता नहीं अपने पुलिस विभाग को दिखाते हैं कि नहीं. अगर आप हमारे सारे वीडियोस अपने जेंडर सेंसिटाइजेशन की क्लासेस में प्ले करें, आपका बहुत फायदा होगा. इसको कंसिडर कीजिए. आप लोग यहाँ पे वीडियो बनाते हैं, लेकिन जहाँ पर घटनाएं होती है, जहाँ दंगे करवाए जा रहे हैं, वहाँ पर आपकी पुलिस फोर्स नहीं पहुँचती. वहाँ पे आपकी RAF नीली वर्दी में नहीं पहुँचती. जहाँ पर लोगों पर अत्याचार हो रहे हैं, वहाँ पर कानून के हाथ नहीं पहुँचते. सुना है कानून के हाथ बहुत लंबे हैं, लेकिन कानून के हाथ कुछ जिले, कुछ शहर, कुछ गांव इस देश में ऐसे हैं कि उन तक पहुँचते पहुँचते कानून के हाथों की पहुँच खत्म हो जाती है. उससे आगे वो जा नहीं पाते. कानून की पहुँच सिर्फ इस जंतर मंतर तक है, जहाँ पर हमें सर्कस करने के लिए बोला जाता है. हम बाहर जाएंगे प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए तो हमारे ऊपर लाठियां बरसाई जाएंगी, लेकिन जिनके खिलाफ हम प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं उनके खिलाफ कुछ नहीं होगा. जिनके खिलाफ हम लोग आवाज उठा रहे हैं उनके खिलाफ कुछ नहीं होगा. ऐसा बोलने की, ऐसा दिखाने की कोशिश करता है स्टेट कि जो लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं ये तो पागल है, ये लोग तो हंगामा खड़ा कर रहे हैं, ये लोग तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. क्या लॉ एंड ऑर्डर? लॉ और ऑर्डर दोनों की धज्जियां उड़ रही है. आप में हिम्मत है तो जाकर के वहां पर वीडियो बनाइए जहां पर हो रहा है, ना कि हमारा वीडियो. हमारे प्रोटेस्ट कोई लॉ और ऑर्डर का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हमारे प्रोटेस्ट में एक पॉलिटिकल डिमांड है, एक पॉलिटिकल मैसेज है. उस मैसेज को सुनिए अगर आपका कलेजा है. अगर नहीं है तो मत सुनिए, मत वीडियो बनाइए, मत आइए हमारी प्रोटेक्शन के लिए. यहाँ पर हमारी प्रोटेक्शन के नाम पे हमारे सर पे एक थ्रेट खड़ा किया जाता है. 4 गुंडे आते हैं RSS के, चिल्लाते हैं भारत माता की जय, और यहाँ पर RAF आके खड़ी हो जाती है. उनका इरादा हमें प्रोटेक्ट करना नहीं है. अगर हमें प्रोटेक्ट करना है तो जाकर जहाँ पर अत्याचार हो रहा है, जहाँ पर लोगों को मारा जा रहा है, वहाँ पे प्रोटेक्ट कीजिए. अगर आपकी प्रोटेक्ट करने की इतनी इच्छा है. 5 लोगों को कश्मीर में अभी तक मारा गया है. प्रोटेक्ट करना है, अभी तक 6 पहुंच गया है टोल. अगर प्रोटेक्ट करना है तो वहां पर प्रोटेक्ट कीजिए. हमें प्रोटेक्ट मत कीजिए. हमें आपकी प्रोटेक्शन की जरूरत नहीं है. आपकी प्रोटेक्शन हमने देख ली हमारे फेलोशिप के आंदोलन में, जब आप हमारी महिला प्रोटेस्टर्स के सर पे डंडे मार रहे थे. आपकी प्रोटेक्शन हमने देख ली. हमारे सर पे खड़े मत होइए. दिस इज जस्ट सर्वेलेंस एंड नथिंग एल्स. Every time there is a protest by Kashmiris or on the question of Kashmir here, we have Bajrang Dal people coming, we have people creating nuisance, and they are not the ones who are arrested. Last time when we had a rally here, at least 4 times people tried to attack the JNUSU president. They were picked and they were left after some time. But when we are raising genuine demands, we are put from sunset to sunrise in the police station. There will be these kinds of disturbances, but we have to ensure that we build these solidarities. We build connections with the pro-democracy people in India who are willing to speak on these questions, who are not shy speaking the word Kashmir, who are not shy about talking about the unpleasantries of rape and murder in Kashmir. I thank the organizers for calling this protest. I will cut short my speech because other people here who want to speak, who want to express their anguish. I'm sorry for taking a lot of time. I thank the organizers for asking me to speak here. I would request people to keep mobilizing on this issue, and in the coming days, if we can have a bigger demonstration on this issue, this will be a great message. This will be a great message in these very, very difficult times where we are put under sedition, where we are jailed even for mentioning the word Kashmir. We also have here the General Secretary of the Student Union, who himself has been accused of sedition, who himself has been charged with sedition. And as I said, the very mention of the K word is criminalized. So that is why we need to keep speaking, we need to keep coming for future protest demonstrations. Shukriya, Inqilab Zindabad.